You know, I welcome back this video. I wonder how many people were behaving their age in that video. Just, you hear a song,
Tony Abraham is one of them. Well, we hope we'll host her one of these days. And she'll come and please.
Tell us, where do you get the energy from?
No. That one is innate.
Innate.
Yes. It's like in Pidgin they say it's follow come. It was not important. And as for that age-appropriate behavior part, well, we'll ask her as well. So you were saying something about that.
So this is our lifestyle segment, everyone. And as we, talked about at the beginning of the program, we're going to be taking a look at age-appropriate behavior, especially, from children up to teenagers and even adult life, Some people don't behave their age, even when they're old, So we're going to take a look at that, understanding it, and what to do as parents and as adults as well.
Perhaps for context, for parents in particular, understanding age-appropriate behavior means recognizing the norms, expectations for the different stages of life of your children. Yes. It's about knowing what is considered normal and acceptable, and knowing what is not for your age group, your cultural and social standing, and all of those things. So that conversation is, we're having a guest on it?
Yes, Mutolani Falapi, I believe that's, parenting and teens coach. I can't even, it's
age-appropriate behavior. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for
having me.
It's from family life practitioners, that's what they call themselves, that I heard for the first time age-appropriate behavior. When a teenager is behaving in a particular way and the parents are saying, I don't understand, or the teenagers are saying, Mommy doesn't understand me, my dad doesn't understand me, and we continue to wonder how they behave the way they behave. Is it out of place for parents to wonder?
Let me answer that question by asking another question. If you have a 2-year-old who spills water on the floor, do you think that is an age-appropriate behavior?
It depends.
Have you yelled at a 2-year-old for spilling water? Let's start like that.
Maybe.
Depending on where you spill the water.
Or how it happened. It could be an accident. Or it could be, some of them, they just look at a cup of water, pick it up, and then start pouring it on the floor for no apparent reason. That can get you agitated. But if they're running, but they can start running and kick a cup of water, that too, you can say, why are you running? Why you're living dangerously?
Exactly. And that's why I say some of these things that we punish our kids for are actually age appropriate. The question that we should be asking as parents is, who left the cup of water on the table? Because, so a typical example, I go to a house, you have a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and the mother says, oh, this child, they don't walk. Why do you always have to run? And I'm wondering, are you expecting a 2-year-old to like a 4-year-old? They don't walk, they run.
They run. They always, even
so you should get used to the fact that these kids are excited about the fact that, wow, I can finally move around. Yes. Nobody's picking me up every now and then. I need help to move from one place to another. The excitement.
I even know a 6-year-old that still runs. And
they want to run around.
Yes.
And then want to say, oh, you guys are stressing. We parents need to learn to appropriately name the things that is happening and not think that these kids are out to just frustrate you.
Yeah.
It's not about you. They're not trying to frustrate you. It's just age appropriate. Because wouldn't you be worried as a parent if your 2 or 3-year-old sits quietly and behaves? Wouldn't you take the child to the hospital and wonder, I'm not sure what's happening
What is wrong with the child behaving?
So why do we then get agitated to say, oh, they're running up and down? It's expected.
Well, there's a saying in Yoruba, I hope I get it right, that they said, when they pray, and they said, "Ari woman, or something like that." I don't know if that I did say properly.
Exactly.
Because it's an unusual person. They expect that
never stop.
They cry. The children playing. You always have children to play. And what does that mean? If it's quiet, they say. Sometimes even my mother-in-law will say, they say, "Allah bajeki." That you will not hear children crying, playing, and running around.
Stop.
It shouldn't stop. And that is how a household should be.
Exactly.
Brimming with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe the question then would be whether or not parents understand age-appropriate behavior. A child is lying, a child is stealing, and all those things. They are considered anathema in our culture. They are considered inappropriate. Generally, no matter whatever situations or circumstance it is, a child is lying, a child is being defensive, a child is, and all of those things. So what is it that parents need to understand? And so that the next thing is not to be, go to that corner, you know what to do.
I've seen all of these cases, and oftentimes when I interact with parents, they are more concerned about how would people see my child if they hear that my child is doing this. And of course, let's assume that you went for a party and you see a child behaving age appropriately. But you get every other adult around saying, control that child. Why are you allowing the child? So oftentimes it's even beyond the parent and the child. It is how the society would perceive me if I don't get my child to behave.
In a certain way.
In a certain way. So that's oftentimes what makes the parent agitated and trying to control things. To say, oh, let my child behave this way. But when you understand that a child would always be a child. So a child picks up a cup. Have you not seen babies? You give them food. They start eating from the plate, and then the next thing they pour it on the floor. And then they start eating it from the floor. And then you want to beat the child for, oh, you're dirty. See,
I have a video recording of my daughter when she was about 2.
You already have an idea.
I'm going to play it on her wedding day.
You already have an idea.
She was using rice to exfoliate.
Exactly.
I am going to play that video on her wedding day.
The concern is usually, oh, what would people say? I've had cases where someone says, oh, my child is stealing. That child is, they say, oh, my child is a thief. No, that child is not a thief. That the child has taken something maybe without your permission. Now, if you are not looking at it from the angle of, hey, people will now say I raised a thief, or how would it happen that, my caliber, or we're Christian, or our values are intact, and my child is picking up. Are you looking at it from the angle of what could be happening with my child? What is happening in the mind of this child to have taken this thing? Is it that this child wanted it and didn't know how to ask? Could it be that in time past he had asked, or she had asked, and I didn't give it? You want to fact find to know what is happening rather than labeling.
Or is it that you have not taught the child to ask for things before taking them? Because there are instances where I get things like, oh, you should know to fold your clothes. And I ask, have you taught this child?
Do you even know how?
No, not even how. Have you taught this child that you need to fold your clothes? It's the proper thing to do when you have your wardrobe and all that.
Exactly.
Because if you don't teach them,
they don't know.
They don't know that that's what to do, even at any age, really. Sometimes some learn by example, but I think I get those too.
Exactly. You see a parent say, oh, we went to a function and my child did not greet people properly, and a lot of people were now insulting me that my child was disrespectful. This child wants to just disgrace me. I'm like, no, you think that the child just wakes up and says, today I would disgrace my parents? No. So the question is, interfacing with the child, do you know what to do? Nobody had ever taught her. You know what the mother said? I expected her to just know. She didn't know. Because at home, it's just, mommy, hi, good morning. And it was okay with you. Daddy, hi, good morning. No kneeling. It's just, I walk past you, good morning, you answer good morning, and it was okay. And then we go out, and because of what society would say, that, oh, I haven't trained my daughter well, oh, are you sure this girl will find a husband like this? And then you begin to enforce certain things, and the child is saying, this is hypocrisy, we don't do this at home. And they are wondering what's happening.
Interesting. So do us a favor, because this is about understanding age-appropriate behavior. what are the things people should expect at what age ranges? What are the things to expect from a toddler? What is too much to expect of a toddler?
Is that too much to expect from a toddler?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, what is it that when a teenager is behaving in a particular way, what is it out of place? And, you know, just also that parents understand that, look, your child is not sick, is not being influenced by anybody, it's just age appropriate.
For age 0 to 2, you will see a lot of crying. And then you get mothers getting angry. Why are you just, you know, why are you crying up and down? Yeah. This child at that time cannot express himself or herself. So it's expected. The only way they get your attention, the only way they communicate to you or with you to say, this is how I feel, is to cry. Now, rather than you shouting, I've seen a lot of parents who then begin to shout, why are you crying? I've given you food. Everything is not food. What if the child is feeling discomfort? Maybe has a headache or tummy ache. You can, you know, sit with the child and say, are you hungry? Help the child name how they feel so that when next they feel like that, because in time past you've helped them name it, it's easy for them to say mommy head, or mommy tummy, or leg. But the child is crying, you are frustrated, you're not able to help the child even regulate their emotions to say, okay, how are you feeling? Darling, do you want a hug? Is it your head? And when you ask such questions, you will figure out that when you point to the one that is wrong with the child says, okay, it could even be water. The child wants to drink water, but the child doesn't know. Or the child goes to take water by himself and you say, oh, you want to spill water on my floor because he spilled water yesterday. You're assuming that he's about to do the same thing, forgetting that he probably just wants to drink water. And then you give the child water, peace. He drinks water and is running up and down. He's done with you. So parent needs to know that at that age, it's expected to cry and whine. And they don't also want detachment. When someone comes around and I had a year-old boy, and you know, I approached the mother, and the baby allowed me carry him. And the mother was saying, I can't believe it. The mother's sister was there and said, this boy doesn't allow me carry. Now the boy doesn't feel safe. Because the first thing you do is, see your head. I know you will not allow me carry you. It's expected. So when it's, oh, this boy is too clingy, the boy might not feel safe. The child might not feel safe. And that's why it looks like whenever the mother or the parent is around, you can still see them, they're okay, they're playing, but their eyes are everywhere. They're trying to look around and say, I need some level of safety. I need to be sure that I'm in safe hands. Okay, my mommy is still there. The minute the mother is out of sight, cry.
Oh, cry. So
it's not because these kids are trying to frustrate you. It's just their way of saying, I need safety. I need to be sure that I'm in good hands. Now, when they begin to grow, say 4, 5, 6, now you want to begin to, you say, I taught you to do this, but this child is repeating, the child has not mastered. Are you even aware that their brain is not fully formed? Yeah. So you say, but I've told him to not do it this way. He has heard, but he has forgotten. He has not mastered what you... So when you're saying, it's just like, this child is just out to fall. I told you how to put your shoes in the bag. I taught you how to wear your slippers. That's usually the problem. I taught you how to wear your shoe. The child forgot. So repetition is important. When they have not mastered something that you think that by now this child should know, you repeat it. Not with screaming and shouting, because you also do not want to put fear in the child as to, oh, let me quickly. They will forget.
Okay,
so you need to repeat.
You understand your Yoruba?
Yes.
So where is that saying that they say, is that not what you're trying to say?
No, wait until they become 20s before you say that.
No, because if you repetition, I'm talking about her repetition, you know, statement that.
But are there not things that
then,
you as an adult have been taught over the years and you have not mastered?
Yeah.
But oftentimes, we expect that as a mother or as a parent, I have taught you, you should master it.
Yeah.
It means that, could it be that you're teaching the child in a way that the child does not understand?
Yeah, giving the child...
In fact, I read a comment recently and somebody said, every time I tell my child to clean the house, she doesn't clean it properly. And I would usually, you know, talk to her and say, what you clean is not... And she just realized that the child wasn't seen properly.
Oh, wow.
And she wasn't aware. And so that awareness of, oh, I didn't even know that that was a challenge. So instead of us trying to punish the child for something that they didn't do or they did wrong, can we fact find what is happening with the child? Why is the child doing it this way?
Is it the same thing with teenagers?
Oh, I'm getting there. So teenagers, you say, they want to heal. In their brain, in their mind, they feel like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I can make decisions by myself. But you also need to understand that their brain is not fully formed until about 25, 26. So you then expect a teenager, an 18-year-old or 17, in fact, a 14-year-old will tell you, I know what's good for me. I'm okay. Mommy, I want to do it this way.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. And then you are looking at, do you know what you're doing? And wondering, if truly you know what you're doing, then you know that we shouldn't be doing it this way. But you also need to understand that at that point, there's nothing you want to say. In their mind, they feel like you're overdoing it because they feel they know. But you can also blame. That's how much their brain has formed. And it's giving them the assurance that they know what it is that they are doing.
So what do you do to make them realize?
It's in how are you having the conversation? Yeah. Are you then trying to take that that autonomy from them to say, no, yeah. I have to instruct you on is collaboration. Because at that time, you need to start being a coach to your child, not instructing. They are not children that you begin to give instructions to. Okay, let's do it this way. Can we analyze it? And sometimes you really want to allow them to do certain things because at that time, they want to test your patience. They want to try out how far. How far is too far? How far will mommy complain? But then another question would be that what are the rules that you've, not rules now, what are the measures that you have put in place to say, no, we don't do this. This is how this is done in this house. Not when they begin to put up that behavior and then you want to begin to give rules and it feels, mommy, I thought this was cool before now. So parent needs to understand that when teenagers or children come up with this behavior, they are not out to just frustrate you. It's the functioning of their brain. It's how they understand things at the time. And then that's where collaboration comes in. Do you want to raise a child where you've inflicted pain on for being a child? Or you want to even understand how the child's brain works, why they behave the way that they are behaving, so that we can better collaborate to say, okay, this is how it is. But if we look at it in this angle, what do you think? You're making suggestions. You're coaching the child. And you're not giving instructions because, of course, by now, parents of teenagers already know that instructions
don't work.
I hope if anyone Googles now and says age-appropriate behavior, they will be able to get something.
Exactly, so that you don't get yourself worked up on something that is age-appropriate.
As I'm talking to you right now, some people are already worked up.
Exactly.
Those worked up. Well, first, thank you. For coming. We had such a lovely conversation about this, and I think it's an inexhaustive conversation. Motolani Falabi, parenting teens coach, and you're looking absolutely lovely as well.
Thank you.
You make her blushing for me.
Yeah, blush. It's 2026. We start off things new.
So when we return, we would test whether some of you
are behaving.
Will behave age appropriately with our artist of the week this morning. Stay tuned.